Happy Thursday, and I'm starting early. And I'm starting early because I have an 8 o'clock meeting. And I am pretty much going to show up at the office just in time to get in this meeting. So I'm early, and if there's anyone out there who actually has this on their schedule as 8 o'clock, I apologize. That might be one, maybe two people. But it's Thursday morning. Little easier to get out. Skies are clearing. Now it's only supposed to be about 14 degrees today. But we're supposed to have sunlight. And if we have, okay, for those who don't know, I'm very, very new to anything live streaming-ish. And so out of the corner of my eye, I can see the timer, and I can see when little chatty things come up. And every now and then, because I'm in Appalachia, anyone who's in the mountains, you understand this. Every now and then the signal just says, screw you, we're going away. And so my eyes will get caught on that, and I'll have to just see what's going on with it. But so here's a minor thing that I think is one of those make my day things. When I'm too lazy to load a Keurig, I will stop at McDonald's. I will get an iced caramel coffee, reduced ice. And 85% of the time, there is just enough caramel syrup in there that you know it's caramel. Every now and then, you get the McDonald's person who will just put all the caramel in there. I got that McDonald's person this morning, and I'm quite happy about it. So I got my caramel, and yeah, that's a good thing on a Thursday. I'm actually looking forward to this weekend. No football this weekend. This is our Super Bowl break. So we get to listen, I guess, to Josh Allen interview coaches and try to figure out why he can't win a big game. You can get a room with Lamar Jackson and try to figure all that out. Yeah, I'm petty in that respect. I don't like running quarterbacks. Some of you may have heard me say this before. Oh, and I'm about to go through a tunnel. So if this blips again, that's what happened. But when you talk quarterbacks, your Peytons. I like your Tom Brady's. I like your Johnny Hughes. I like your Ben Roethlisbergers. I like your Steve McNairs and your Doug Williams. Stick around maneuvering that pocket. I don't want you running all over the place. You know, Dan Marino, another one, just stuck around in the pocket and would get it done, pick you up. I'm in this tunnel now, so this is where the adventure begins. But I don't like the quarterbacks who run. Today of the Super Bowl between the 49ers and the Chargers, I think it was like 55-10. And I hear the people on the news report talk about Steve Young. And I have said this before. I will say this until I'm out of breath. Steve Young is absolute garbage. He should not be in the Hall of Fame. And he was a West Coast quarterback. So you have to throw away about 80% of his stats because it's West Coast. The West Coast offense made us think Jim Druckenmiller was a legit quarterback. You know, the West Coast offense was not about the quarterback. It was about the timing of the unit. And Steve Young couldn't do it anywhere else. In the USFL, couldn't do it. Tampa Bay couldn't do it. San Fran sits the bench. And then loses to the Cowboys, I think 2 years in a row, before finally an injured offensive line allowed the 49ers to sneak in a victory and beat the Cowboys to go to the Super Bowl. During this time, Steve Young got bloodied in Indianapolis by a bad Colts team, and that was actually the beginning of the end for the West Coast offense. Because what we learned when the Colts beat up the San Francisco 49ers and had Steve Young with a face full of blood, not quite a crimson mask, but he was bloodied. The way you beat the West Coast offense is you beat up the West Coast offense. You beat them up. Because the West Coast offense is dink, dunk, yak. Well, if you hit them hard enough, not only is there no yak, but they're not going to want to do that dink, dunk stuff. If you want any sort of a reference point, the Cleveland Browns, when Dylan Gabriel was running the show, because he's a dink, dunk quarterback, and halfway through, like after his third start, nobody wanted to come across the middle. Because Dylan Gabriel would do very well, even now, in a West Coast offense, if he had a tight end heavy roster. And I'm still saying, I think the Ravens OC is now the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. That's a good move. Here's my opinion. Whether it's Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, you have a smarter quarterback than Lamar Jackson. You have 44, that tight end. You have, I think his name is Judkins, the running back. You have a defense that is at least a B, if not a B plus, A minus. You got pieces in Cleveland. All you have to do is score 20 points a game. I think that's going to firing Harbaugh and breaking apart that staff in Baltimore instead of, you know what, Lamar? We're going to do the same thing we did to Flacco. We're going to draft under you and force you to hold your spot. That's what Lamar feels no pressure. He doesn't. And I'm not saying he's playing badly. I'm not even saying he's a bad quarterback. I think Lamar is a good quarterback. He's not smart. He's not smart. Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders are both smart. Shedeur plays scared sometimes, and Dylan is short. Between the two, one of them will mature and become that real number one. I know the popular thing is to go with Shedeur, and I'm not saying that it is or is not. I'm just saying I'm not a football guy. I'm an observer. So as an observer, yeah, I'm not counting out Dylan Gabriel because you've got the Baltimore Ravens OC now as the head coach for the Cleveland Browns. There will be multiple packages. Depending on who they play, you might get Dylan, you might get Shedeur. He'll do that. And I'm telling you right now, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, you have missed your opportunity. From the perspective of a baseball guy who is talking on football, the highest level football I ever played was high school varsity. I've never coached football at any level. I've played a little bit of Madden. But I am telling you, barring injuries, with Tomlin resigning, Harbaugh gone, and Cincinnati being Cincinnati, that division belongs to the Browns now. Right here, right now. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm just driving. I don't always look at the screen here. But, yeah. Good morning. How are we? And etch this in stone. Cleveland runs that division for about the next 5 years. And I'm about to run in here and get into my meeting. Well, I had to park first, but yeah. But happy Thursday. Everybody have a safe day as we prepare for this weekend. I think we're about to get slammed again. So be safe, everybody. We will see each other.